Two people, same company, same job title, same hours. One makes $117,000. The other makes $75,000. The only difference? One of them knows how to use AI. According to PwC's analysis of close to 1 billion job ads across 6 continents, the AI skills premium is now 56%. And it doubled in just 12 months. But here's the part nobody's talking about. 98% of executives say they want AI skills, and more than half of companies refuse to pay for it. Stay to the end, because that's where the real opportunity is. 3 things you need to understand: where this gap comes from, who it's hitting hardest, and how to get on the right side before it's too late. PwC didn't just survey people. They analyzed close to 1 billion job advertisements across 6 continents, plus thousands of company financial reports. They compared workers in the same occupation, logistics managers, for example, who differ only on whether they have AI skills. And what they found is striking. The 56% is just the average. In wholesale and retail, workers with AI skills earn more than double. In energy, the premium is roughly 100%. Information and communication, close to 80%. Even in construction, the lowest on the list, there's still a premium. It exists in every single industry they examined. Everyone. And this isn't just one study. Lightcast confirmed a 28% premium across 1.3 billion job postings. Oxford's Internet Institute found a 23% premium, bigger than what a master's degree gets you. Let that sink in for a second. Learning AI skills is now worth more than getting a master's degree, a degree that cost you 2 years and $100,000. But the story gets bigger, and this is the chart that stopped me. In 2022, AI-exposed industries actually had lower productivity than everyone else, 7.3% versus 9.9%. They were behind. Then ChatGPT launched. By 2023, they crossed over 15%. By 2024, they exploded to 27%, while non-AI industries barely moved. PwC says they can't prove causation with certainty, but the timing is hard to ignore. In 2 years, AI industries went from laggards to 3 times ahead. And here's what makes this even more interesting. PwC titled this report, "The Fearless Future." Their conclusion: jobs are actually growing in virtually every AI-exposed occupation, even highly automatable ones. AI is not destroying jobs. It's splitting them. The work is still there. The question is, who gets paid what for doing it? And the skills required are changing 66% faster in AI-exposed jobs compared to other jobs, more than 2.5 times the pace of last year. PwC's global workforce leader put it this way: core skills used to last 4 to 6 years. Now, they're morphing every 12 to 18 months. And here's the surprising twist. Degree requirements are actually falling. In the US, jobs most exposed to AI dropped degree requirements by 10 points. For automated roles, down 15 points. Companies care less about your diploma and more about what you can do with AI. Now, you'd think companies would be racing to train their employees and pay for these skills. Here's what they're actually doing. Zapier surveyed 550 executives. 98% said they want workers with AI skills. 60% said AI roles will earn higher pay. Nearly 1 in 4 said they'd pay a 20% premium. That sounds great. Now, here's what PayScale found when they looked at what companies are actually doing. 61% of organizations have added AI skills to existing job requirements. But 55%, more than half, are not adjusting compensation at all. Only 14% are offering higher base pay. 10% offer bonuses. 9% offer any other incentive. Let me translate that. 61% of companies just rewrote your job description to include AI. And more than half of them won't pay you a single dollar more. It gets worse. Microsoft found that 60% of workers using AI at work received no formal training. None. And here's the paradox. Gartner forecasts AI spending will rise 44% this year to $2.5 trillion. But, according to Training Magazine, Training budgets are growing just 5%. Companies are buying the tools and skipping the instruction manual. The message is clear. Learn AI on your own time, with your own money, and we'll still pay you the same. If you are between 22 and 25 years old, this section is especially for you. Stanford economist Eric Brynjolfsson led a first-of-its-kind study using payroll data from millions of American workers through ADP. He found a 13% decline in employment for workers aged 22 to 25 in jobs most exposed to AI, after controlling for other factors. Software developers were hit hardest, down 20% from their peak. Customer service, down 11%. Meanwhile, experienced workers in those same fields, stable or growing. Indeed's data tells the same story. Software developer job postings are down 29% from pre-pandemic levels. Data and analytics, down 38%. And here's the kicker. Jobs that used to ask for 2 to 4 years of experience now require 5 or more. It's called experience creep. The career ladder isn't broken. The bottom rungs are just gone. And in the first 90 days of this year alone, 78,557 tech workers were laid off. According to Nikkei Asia, 47.9% of those cuts were directly attributed to AI. Amazon, 16,000. Block, over 4,000, nearly half of their entire company. When Jack Dorsey announced those cuts, he posted, "We're not making this decision because we're in trouble. Our business is strong." He said intelligence tools have changed what it means to run a company and that a smaller team can now do more and do it better. But here's what most people miss. It's not random who gets hit, and the mechanism behind it explains everything. The Dallas Federal Reserve published a study in February that cracked this open. They separated all knowledge into 2 categories: codifiable knowledge, the things you can learn from a textbook, and tacit knowledge, the judgment, intuition, and pattern recognition that only comes from years of experience. AI is extremely good at replicating codifiable knowledge. That's exactly what entry-level workers bring to the table. But tacit knowledge, knowing which client will push back, sensing when a deal is about to fall through, understanding which shortcut will break in production, AI can't touch that. So AI replaces the junior worker and amplifies the senior one. And PwC's data proves this is already happening. In the US, jobs that AI augments, where AI helps humans do better work, have grown to 2.4 times their 2012 level. But jobs that AI automates, where AI does the work itself, have flatlined back to where they started. The augmented workers are pulling away. The automated ones are getting left behind. And this creates a compound effect. Workers with AI skills produce more, so they get more responsibilities. More responsibilities lead to faster promotions. Faster promotions lead to higher pay. Higher pay means more access to AI tools and training. And the cycle repeats. There's one more thing that makes this even worse. According to the Brookings Institution, the US tax code charges employers 25 to 33% on labor, but only about 5% on automation equipment. The tax code alone makes automation 5 times cheaper than hiring a person. If you watched my last video, you saw how AI makes people work harder through the Jevons paradox. This is the pay version. The more AI does, the wider the gap gets between those who use it and those who don't. Okay, so what do you actually do about this? Learn AI is useless advice. Everyone says that. Here's the specific breakdown. There are 3 tiers of AI skills, and they pay very differently. Tier 1, basic prompting, asking ChatGPT questions, generating simple text. Everyone has this now. No real advantage. Tier 2, workflow automation, integrating AI into your actual work process, automating repetitive tasks, building AI-assisted data analysis. Lightcast data shows this level commands about a 28% premium, roughly $18,000 a year more. Tier 3, agentic AI, building autonomous agents that execute multi-step workflows, designing AI systems, overseeing AI pipelines. PwC's 56% premium is the average across all AI-skilled workers, but this tier is where the ceiling keeps rising. PwC themselves call agentic AI an exponential workforce multiplier. And here's why this matters right now. PwC found that jobs requiring AI skills grew 7.5% last year. Even as total job postings fell 11%, the demand is surging while the supply lags behind. That gap is your opportunity. 60% of workers using AI got zero formal training. That means the bar to stand out is shockingly low. The 55% of companies adding AI to your job description without paying more, those are the ones you leave. PwC's Global Chief AI Officer, Joe Atkinson, put it this way: AI is amplifying and democratizing expertise, enabling employees to multiply their impact and focus on higher-level responsibilities. PwC called this report the fearless future, and it is, if you're building AI skills. If you're not, this same data tells a very different story. Here's my prediction. By the end of this year, AI proficiency won't just be a nice to have, it'll be a formal compensation tier, listed in offer letters, built into performance reviews, baked into promotion criteria. The divide is here, and it's accelerating. This is part 4 of the AI and Work series. What AI skill has made the biggest difference in your career? Or what skill do you wish you had? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone.